Hello there guys, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Hunters Hunter concept. In today's video I'll be going over some ideas that I've had for a hunter that is a Zygerrian Archer. As always with these types of videos, I'll firstly talk about some potential background story for this character, then I'll go over what class they are and the abilities that I think they could have, before wrapping up with any potential skins. Starting off then with the background story, Zygerrians are notorious for their slave trade, which is depicted in Season 4 of Star Wars The Clone Wars and Season 1 of Star Wars The Bad Batch. I think it would therefore make sense for this Zygerrian to be an ex-slave trader, or perhaps he could come from a family of Zygerrian slave traders but decided to venture away from the family business and make money elsewhere. Personally, I think it would be great to have a young adult Zygerrian who's essentially just left home to take part in the arena on Vespara. As for their weapon, Zygerrians typically use energy weapons. For example, in the Bad Batch we see them using energy whips and energy bows, and in Clone Wars they also use a lot of energy whips as well. Omega then picks up a Zygerrian bow from the episode and uses it for herself throughout the rest of the series, and will no doubt use it beyond. So for the weapon of this Zygerrian hunter, I'd really like to see them use an energy bow as their main weapon, with the energy whip being tied to an ability, which I'll get onto in just a minute. I think it's quite obvious what class this hunter would be a part of, but just in case it wasn't, this Zygerrian would be a damage class character. Moving on to their abilities then, since it's a bow and arrow, I think it would be good to have a rapid fire ability that simply allows you to shoot arrows faster, which therefore means you'll be doing more damage per second for a short period of time. The second ability would be called Make It Rain. This is where you fire a bunch of arrows into the air and they all come crashing down, dealing a hefty blow to any enemies within the area of effect. The third and final ability is also pretty simple, as it's just an electric arrow that stuns enemies that get hit. Upon impact it would deal some damage, but as the hunter is stunned they'd be easy targets to get hit by everyone on your team, so I think a small amount of damage would be acceptable for this ability. Whilst that's all of the standard abilities, there is of course the ultimate ability, which is where the energy whip will come into play. For this ability, I think it would be really cool if the Zygerrian brings out the energy whip instead of the bow and unleashes a combo of attacks whilst using it, dealing heavy damage to anyone standing in its path. Whilst it might not make too much sense to use a short range attack for a mid to long range hunter, I would like to see some kind of ability that utilises the whip. Finally then, there is the skins. Like with all of these videos, it can be quite hard to judge these for most characters, but as this Zygerrian is from a slave trading family, I think it would therefore be really cool if they wore outfits like these inspired by their family history. Whilst they're trying to break away from the family business, these could well be the only clothes they had when they left, so it would be cool to see them wearing those in battle. Perhaps some could be ripped here and there, and the overall patterns could very well be different to the ones that I've just shown you, but the structure of the clothing would ultimately be the same. So guys, that is my hunter concept for the Zygerrian Archer. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on this character in the comments below, and make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell turned on so that you don't miss the next hunter concept. That is it from me today though guys, thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.